When I was 7 years old, my parents got divorced. So they had to share custody of me and my sister. Now, to pass us back and forth, they chose a rendezvous point that was in between where my mother lived and where my father lived. They chose Burger King. So for the next 4 years, we ate a lot of Burger King. I'm talking 2 to 3 times a week. I was already an obese kid, but if you're wondering what supercharged my fat boy time and what caused me to need to lose 100 pounds, that was it. At 11, maybe 12, whenever I got into high school or middle school, whatever, I stopped eating at Burger King because I had the option, and I have not eaten there since. It's been like 20 years. I have not eaten at Burger King since. Fuck Burger King. Fuck fast food. Most of you guys know that fast food is not good, but do you know how bad it is? Probably, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. Now, the idea of fast food is cool. You get food, you get sustenance faster. That's awesome. The main issue is to pump out that food faster and tastier. There are costs. Quality goes right out the window, health goes right out the window. All these places, McDonald's, Burger King, Hardee's, Checkers, whatever, all that shit is made in a factory. It's very cheap for them. Very, very cheap to make that dog shit. So while you're saying, oh man, it's cheap to get food, it's even cheaper for them. And they need that profit because you're not going to make it past 60 years old if you're a regular customer. So they need to milk you dry now. Now, when I say dog shit food, I'm talking strictly about ingredients. If we're talking about taste, fast food is fucking awesome. It's chemically designed, scientifically made to taste better than basically everything. We got top scientists working on this shit. I believe there are some scientists who used to work in the cigarette industry working on this shit. So they know what people like. They know how to make people love it. And they're doing a pretty good job at it. They've created this slop that looks good only in commercials and have convinced people that it's cheaper to buy this stuff than to actually cook. I hear that all the time. It's cheaper to get this. It's too expensive to eat healthy. Are you fucking stupid? Have you been to a store? Have you been to a market? Yes, prices of things have gone up, but it is still cheaper to buy ingredients and cook meals than to buy fast food. Financially, it is cheaper. Now, where those, dummies are correct and that eating healthy costs more is when we're talking about time. It does cost your time. You have to go to the market, grocery store, whatever. Then you have to cook. That costs a lot more time than going up to the drive-thru and getting some dog shit, So it does cost more when we're talking about time. Financially, though, it does not. And that's what most people say. That's wrong. But the thing is, most people don't really have patience. They will get the thing that's easier. If it tastes better, it's easier, it's faster. Why would they not get it, right? Well, there's a cost to that too. It's called death. So that's one thing to consider. Talking death via obesity, diabetes, heart disease, all kinds of things. And most people don't think about it, but obesity exacerbates basically every other ailment you could possibly have. Because when you're obese, your heart and your body have to work harder to just keep you alive. So it's taking energy away from fighting other ailments, other viruses, other toxins, or whatever. Remember during COVID, who's dying the most? Old people and overweight people. Because their body just wasn't equipped to handle that. So you're literally making yourself weaker by eating fast food, no matter what the marketing says. I always found the marketing of fast food to be really interesting. They want you to think you're a badass for eating the Baconator. If you eat the Baconator, you're a cowboy. You're badass. Are you gonna ride horses or something? No. You gonna herd cows? No. You gonna be more active? No. But you're eating meat? That's badass. I hope no one thinks they're badass just because they eat burgers and shit. Like the Angus beef burger. It doesn't, I hope you're not falling for that shit. Makes you dead sooner. Not really badass, to be honest. Have you guys heard some of the names of these items? For example, XXL Triple King Burger from Fat Burger. I'm just finding out now that a place called Fat Burger exists. I don't know. I don't know why that exists. I don't know why people would eat there. It's like going to a school called Dumb Piece of Shit Academy. Like, I don't know, maybe it's true for the people who go there, but why are you marketing it that way? Burger King has a quad stacker. That's crazy. I'm assuming that's 4 patties. Taco Bell has a volcano burrito. Sounds kind of cool actually, but you'll take off like a year of your life if you eat that. I totally forgot about this. KFC's Double Down, where it's a chicken sandwich, but the buns are also chicken. Sounds kind of cool actually, but not their chicken. Their chicken's all steroided up, filled with other shit too. Now, if you got good chicken from like a good farm, you made that, that could be pretty badass actually. Hardee's or Carl's Jr., whatever you want to call it. They have a monster thick burger. I don't know what the fuck that is. Sonic's has a supersonic bacon double cheeseburger. Who the fuck eats this shit? Like, I'm not gonna lie. I understand. I used to eat some of this stuff. This stuff tastes awesome. It's really good. But when you understand what it does to your body and what it does to your future, it's 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 tough to actually go through with it. Like I said, I have not eaten at Burger King in like 20 years. That's out of spite, because fuck them. They facilitated my obesity as a teen, so fuck them. But just in general, just a lot of fast food stuff, once you get healthier, is not appealing. It's kind of like a deep fried Oreo. I've never had that before. It sounds like it probably tastes awesome. It's an Oreo, deep fried, it's probably great. But I can't bring myself to actually eat that. It's got nothing. It's got nothing for me. It only subtracts. If I were to eat that, every bite would feel like 1 month taken off my lifespan. I really don't understand the people who can eat that and not feel that way. I mean, I guess I can understand that. I used to be that way, but it's wild. The amount of guilt that I would have even putting that near my mouth would be insane. But some people are shameless, so I shouldn't be that surprised. What also sucks about fast food is that it's kind of like the Walmart effect, where you put a Walmart in an area, and then all the mom and pop shops just get fucking bulldozed because they can't compete. Same goes for, diners, small restaurants. You put a McDonald's there, and people are just gonna go there because it's probably cheaper, tastes better. No offense to the restaurants, but they got scientists working on this shit. Of course, it tastes better. Now, do you feel the same satisfaction when you eat this food as, good food? No. No, you don't. But it's cheaper. It's easier. So why not? Fuck them local restaurants. And a lot of people, too, this affects their cooking skills. I know plenty of people who prefer to just eat at one of these places rather than cook, because cooking takes time. It takes planning. It takes thinking. But the cool part is you get to choose exactly what you want to eat. You quite literally cater your meal to your taste. So I think it's pretty badass. Most don't. They prefer the processed food that comes at those fast food restaurants. And man, the US has gotten so good at it. They can just pump this shit out. Quite literally, for some of this food, they pump it out. Comes out as a goo. Just shape it. You eat it. And hey, it works. Until you're 60. So who's affected the most? Poor people, because not only often do they have problems with money, but they have a different mindset. They're marketed to eat this stuff because they think, oh, it's cheaper for my family. Not really. Be better to buy some ingredients, cook, meal prep for the family. I know it takes longer, but that's something silly people do. They think of just the cost in terms of time, but they never think of the gain. As in better health, better brain, better body, better lifespan. Yeah, a lot of things cost things, but you gain something for that cost too. And I think what you gain from cooking is a lot better than what you gain from eating fast food. And what's fucked up is children are affected by this as well. Again, I don't really care about children because I'm not a pedophile, but the fact that they have kids' meals for this poison is fucking wild. You just give your kids the little dinosaur nuggets. It's super good for them. Have them eat sludge because we had a good ad, you fucking idiot. And I know this happens because it happened to me. My parents brought me to Burger King all the time. Each of them. I remember getting the toys. I remember getting Pokemon toys from the kids' meals, the Backstreet Boys toys, Shrek ketchup. Remember that green stuff? That was cool. That's how they rope the kids in. Mammy, I want the Shrek ketchup. Okay, let's go to Burger King. And then the kid just gets fat over the course of years or months these days. And a lot of people, because in America you work a lot, you don't make a lot. I don't know if you know this, people from other countries, but yeah, Americans make a lot more than you do, but we got to pay a lot more too. You got to work a lot for it too. Some people feel like they don't have time. They just go through a drive-through on the way home. Again, I think it'd be beneficial to invest the time, but some people really short in time, so they opt for the fast food, and it sucks. It's killing them. Let me give you some numbers. This one's troubling. Fast food makes up 11% of adult caloric intake in the US. I figured it'd be a bit higher, but 11% is really fucking high already. 10% of what you guys eat is from fucking Burger King, man. That means every 1 in 10 days. If you want to do the math, extrapolate it, that's like twice every 3 weeks. That doesn't sound like a lot for some people, but it really is. That's too often. 85 million adults consume fast food on any given day. It's a little low from what I've observed, but all right. Fast food restaurants spend $5 billion annually on advertising. All those spinning burger commercials and the toy commercials for the kids are not cheap, apparently. Eating fast food twice a week increases the risk of type 2 diabetes by 27%, so a fourth. Type 2 diabetes, if you don't know, is the type that is affected by what you eat. Type 1 is the one that's, it's genetic, can't do that much about it. Type 2 is the one you can absolutely avoid fairly easily. So if you want to get one of your legs amputated, keep eating. The fast food industry in the US is worth over $250 billion, which is why it's never going away. It's up to you to cook at home or eat something else. Go to fucking Chipotle or something. That's way healthier. Christ. Now the fast food industry and the weight loss drug industry is just gonna work together. Just make everyone die sooner. Pay other medical bills. It's gonna be the case where you eat this garbage and then you take a weight loss drug to not feel hungry anymore. So then maybe you don't overeat, but all the food that you have in you is dog shit. So maybe you're not fat, but your insides are complete mush. No nutrients. So then the weight loss drug company, the industry, and the fast food industry can work together to benefit some third industry or multiple, because getting fat and sick means you got to pay a lot to someone else. I know it sounds like conspiracy talk, but, not really. Anyway, what can you do about this? Number 1, stop eating fast food. Number two, cook more at home. As I said before, you can literally eat what you want at home. If you can afford it, of course. I don't think you can eat a big steak every single day. But in general, you get to quite literally cater your meals to you because you're the chef. So try cooking at home. If you have to eat out at these fast food places, I don't know, find the least shitty thing on the menu. And no, I don't even know if the salad is the least shitty thing on the menu. I don't know, try to limit it as best as possible. And this thing, it won't be a popular recommendation, but eat in a more boring way. I'm sure you've met those people who are, a bit fucked in the head, where water is too boring for them. They can only drink soda. It's the same thing with fast food. Basic foods will be very boring to you if you constantly eat that super tasty food in fast food. I recommend eating good quality, more boring foods for a while. Try mixing that in because A, you can season it to make it taste pretty good. B, it'll reset your palate a bit. I used to be one of those people as a teenager who wouldn't really drink water because it was boring as hell. I used to prefer juice and soda. I used to love super sweet, super tasty, super salty foods. Every other food is boring to me. But over time, I've changed my diet, changed my palate. Now, normal foods most would consider boring, are pretty great to me. This basic sourdough bread's awesome. Eggs with even just a little bit of salt, awesome. You know what one of my favorite snacks is now? Dry roasted edamame beans. They taste like peanuts, but with less flavor, if you can believe that. And I love them. They're great because my brain is not just like, oh, where's that super chemical tasty food? I'm used to it. I need it. It's not like that anymore. My brain is much more normal now, so I can just enjoy a wider variety of foods. You would think, oh, I'm eating all this fast food, tastes good. I'm having a hell of a good time. No. Actually, if you make your palate a bit more boring, you can enjoy literally every food. It's pretty awesome. Well, not literally any food, but you know what I mean. A lot more foods than before. So give that a shot. Write in the comments, when was the last time you ate fast food? If it was within the last week, I'm going to block you. I'm going to report your comment. All right. I sincerely hope you make it. See you next time.